Hello everyone. Hello, it is Tuesday. Here I am, a few minutes late, par for the course. Okay, we're just gonna get right into this though because I am trying to keep this to a half an hour. I'm just trying to pull it up here so I can see people's comments. We are going to work with this sweet sampler because I thought that would be kind of fun. Hello, Casey. Okay, so let's get started. We don't really want, I know you guys can see my iPad. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're doing a couple of things here. I'm going to be working from a sketch and incorporating some colors. So I'm giving myself like a 2 challenge here. It's a sketch challenge and it is also a color challenge. So the colors we are going to be using are Pear Pizzazz, So Saffron, and Highland Heather. The sketch involves a circle and some strips of DSP cardstock ribbon, and that's pretty much it. And so I thought, hello Lynn, I thought I would use this sweet sampler because I haven't used it yet. Also because I wanted to use the Hydrangea paper, and I don't have the Hydrangea bundle, but I've got the little Hydrangea here. And we're going to use this Dragonfly. So this is my starting point at the moment. This Dragonfly, this Hydrangea, and those colors. So because I haven't used this stamp set yet, we have to mount them. So it's a good time for me to show you the little trick as well for mounting these using a block. Okay, so you take the entire sticker off and put it on your block. Highland Scott. Okay, so you do that. We're going to do that with both of these. I did not come up with this. I saw it from another demo, but seriously, it's magic. Okay, so here you go. So you take those off. Let's start with the Hydrangea. You take the backing off of here like you normally would. All right, and then you peel this sticker off. This is probably the hardest part, getting the sticker off, or the backing from the sticker. Okay, so get that off both sides. And then you're going to put your stamp down, and then you're just gonna go over top of it. And you're gonna line it up, and it's gonna be perfect. And boom, Bob's your uncle. So now we have our lovely mounted stamp. Perfect. Okay, so if you are not doing it this way, I certainly wasn't, trust me. But if you have any stamp sets that you haven't mounted yet, or when you get new ones with the new catalog, or tomorrow when the retiring list goes and you decide to catch some of the ones off your wish list, this is by far and away the easiest way to do these and get them lined up. Okay, so we're going to do this one as well. So you're just going to put that down. You're going to turn this over. You are going to line it up. And if you have trouble seeing the edges, often what you put underneath it will help. But there we go. So now we also have this one pretty much lined up perfectly. Do you see how quick that was? Like so much easier. Okay, so that's where we're going with. All right, so sweet sampler, circle, a couple of strips of paper, and our colors. Now I had some white out. I thought I had everything out. I did have white cardstock. Clearly I've put that away. So see, I've cleaned up the thing I needed. All right, let's pull out some white cardstock. There we go. Okay. So we are going to do a stitched circle. I think we're going to do the biggest. Yes, so we're going to do the biggest stitched circle. Sorry, get this in the screen. Okay, so these are stitched shape dies. If you don't have these, you definitely should have them. They're like essential to everyone's crafting. Okay, and I am just going to go ahead and cut this out already to start. So I'm just going to go off to the side for a second here. I could pull out my mini But then I have to trim my paper a little bit more, and so it's just easier to go off to the side. Okay, so there we go. We have our stitched circle, and now we are going to use this. So I am going to stamp in Smoky Slate, and then we're going to use our blends and or some sponges. Okay, I like to use Smoky Slate or Basic Gray sometimes instead of black because I find it's just a nice soft neutral. And I know there was something, I can't remember who it was, maybe Patty Stamps. She had something recently about using other colors as your neutrals instead of white or vanilla. Okay, so I am just going to stamp this kind of all over. And I feel like had I been really thinking about this, because now I kind of want some hydrangeas. So I'm going to clean this. The other thing we could do is mask. Let's bring some more light on the subject, shall we? We could mask this, but I'm going to just clean it off. And now I'm going to only get ink on this top hydrangea. And we're just going to add that in. And we're going to put another one there. So you can do this like I am and just kind of eyeball it, which seems to be working out pretty well for us. You could also use a mask with a Post-it note. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. So we are going to close this up. All right. We are going to now use those beautiful brushes. I don't have a purple one yet. I have a pink one though. Blue, I'm going to do a purple. I think these are still on back order, so I apologize, or they might even still be unorderable for using something that you can't get. But it's kind of what I was thinking I wanted to do. So this is where we're going with this. Okay, so we are going to use some Highland Heather. We're going to get this on our blending brush. We're going to start over here because we don't want it to be too dark. And then we are just going to go in here. We're going to try to stay within the flowers, which will work sort of. It's okay if it's not totally. These brushes are so amazing, really. Then we're gonna get a bit more ink. We're gonna do it off there. We're gonna get in that guy. And then we're going to go on that one. Okay, so we've just lightly given ourselves some color there. Okay, love it. I am not going to do the leaves with the blending brushes because I think you can clearly see that that is going to be a recipe for disaster. So what we're going to do instead, we could use this little guy. Okay, so we're going to use these little guys instead. We're going to do our Pear Pizzazz. Ugh. If I can get it open. Okay, so I'm just gonna get a little bit on the corner and then just kind of tap it in there. I would rather it go on light. We can always add more. We cannot take it away. So this is actually working well. It's almost exactly the size of the leaf. So you can see how easy this is, hopefully. And really quick, certainly quicker than if we decided to color this with our blends, right? I'm okay with there being a little bit of white. All right, so just like that, we've got that circle done. I am going to get out my, I don't know that we have a Pear Pizzazz blend. Do we? Does anyone know? I don't think so. We have a soft sea foam. Old olive. Okay, I'm gonna use my marker instead. Pear Pizzazz marker. Okay. All right, so I've got my Pear Pizzazz marker. I'm taking the thin end and I'm just gonna color in our stem. I guess we could also have colored that in like crumb cake or something, because really that is, if I look at my hydrangea bush right now, that's what color the stalks are, right? They're brown. They're definitely not green. All right, so I'm pretty happy with that. So there's our circle. Boom, done. Now we're gonna do a dragonfly. Yes, we could use the punch, we could do everything else, but I really wanted to focus on this sweet sampler. So what I thought we would do is actually stamp it on Pear Pizzazz and then add more color to it. So I'm hoping this will work. I am going to do it in black though. Because I really want the body in black. So we're gonna do it in black and go from there. So I've got my memento. Okay. And now we can add some more color to this. So we could, what should we do? We don't have any saffron yet, but I feel like that might not look very good now on that green. This might not have been my smartest choice, folks. Do we have a saffron blend? Listen to me. You think I would know this. The problem is I have half of my blends put away and I have half of my blends out because I was using them. So I'm kind of all over the place with what actually exists. I guess we do have saffron. Okay. So let's get that out. You know what? Maybe I don't have saffron. Because I don't have everything, folks. Okay, that's fine. Okay, this dragonfly idea might backfire. Yeah, okay. Cancel that. We're gonna do the dragonfly on white, because I can see already that I am not gonna love that at all. I also don't love the black, so we are going to stamp that off. We're gonna clean it. I do want the body to be fairly dark though, so we, instead of the smoky slate, we're gonna do basic gray. All right, so we're gonna do basic gray. Okay, yep, that's good. And then because I don't personally own a Saffron Blend, we're just going to use our marker. And I'm just kind of playing around with this. This is all very random. As you can see, I'm just kind of randomly picking spots to color. And then what we could do though is we can bring back our Highland Heather. And I'm gonna fussy cut this this dragonfly. So it's okay that I'm doing that. Now, would a dragonfly have any green on it? I don't know. I don't really know much about dragonflies. But sure, why not? Why not? You guys are quiet. Oh, yes, blue-green. Okay, thank you. A quiet crowd tonight. Or maybe I just feel like it's really quiet. Okay, we're going to just do that for now. We're going to cut it out. We can always add more if need be. Okay, so we are just going to fussy cut this guy. This is when you need these really good sharp scissors. And then you just got to be careful about what shapes you pick, depending on how good you are with your scissors. You can see I'm kind of turning the paper more than I'm actually turning the scissors. So that is more the key. You got to spin the paper around. And then you can choose to cut really close to your line, or you can leave a little bit of a gap, similar to what a punch or a die would do. So I am choosing to do that. It's a little more forgiving. Yes, I would say, Casey, that the fussy cutting does come with practice. I don't feel like I used to be what I would consider very good. But I have taken a couple of classes with Emma Goddard, who goes by Coastal Crafter. And she's in the UK, but because we can do online classes, so I've done a few of her Zoom classes. And she loves to fussy cut. And she's like so fast, it's crazy. So I feel like I've gained some practice from her classes. And then I really focused on not buying everything in the catalog this last time so that I actually used the things I bought. So I'm buying more and more of the papers where there's big shapes, like the whales, the dogs, where you fussy cut, and I've been fussy cutting those. So you're gonna see there's gonna be a card on my social media tomorrow, although maybe now this card will be on, so maybe both cards, which has a lot of fussy cutting. Now, sometimes I find you kind of get caught up because you want to turn the paper, but if you're left-handed or right-handed, then you can't see your image anymore. So you're gonna figure out what works best for you. And I am moving quite quickly there. Okay, so my plan is to have that kind of like that. I might, okay, we're gonna play around with that, we're gonna see. Okay, so I want to put it on this beautiful paper. So if you're wondering what this paper is, for anyone who signed up during Celebration, you got all these beautiful packs of paper. So when the new catalog comes out on May the 4th, this will be the designs that will be in the color family paper packs. So this is the Subtles and this is the So Saffron. So I happen to have that one. I think it's the only one I have. So we're gonna use that. We're gonna cut that to our 4 1/4. No, we're gonna leave our border. So our 4 by 5 1/4. So we want 5 1/4. And then we want 4. Okay, and that is going to be our card front. And I feel like I was thinking of putting it on white, but I feel like I kind of might want it on saffron so it blends in a bit more, but we can play with that a little. So I was thinking like this. And then this circle will go here. Our dragonfly will go here. And then we're meant to have strips of paper. So I was gonna do these beautiful strips here. So this is a hydrangea paper. This is one of the back sides, this beautiful Highland Heather. So I'm going to cut a couple of strips of that. And I think I'm gonna do maybe 5/8. A half seems a little bit small, so I'm gonna go with a 5/8. And then I can always make it skinnier if I decide that that is too thick. Okay, so then, whoops, I'm turning down my light, sorry. Okay, so then this is going to come across. Okay, so let's put this on so that it's not going all over the place. All right, center this. And then I'm going to show you another trick. So the paper, according to this sketch, is meant to be on an angle. So we're going to go like this. And we are going to, okay. Now, if you want to make sure that you get the exact same angle on your next piece, you just use the piece you had, or you can use this piece, right? So depending on what you're trying to do, but when you know you want to have the exact same angle, then just use your first one as your template. And I want these different lengths. So this one is going to be shorter. Okay, so then we have our two strips. We're gonna have our circle. We're gonna have our dragonfly. We're gonna have a couple of embellishments. We're gonna use those beautiful pearls. I appreciate we have no greeting. So this has been like my newest thing lately. I keep making cards and basically feel like I have left no room for a greeting, and that a greeting doesn't actually belong anymore. Well, we'll see. Let's put all this stuff on and then decide if we want to have a greeting or not. And I'm okay with no greeting because it gives you the option to put whatever you want on the inside. Or it gives me the option to add a greeting at any time. So let's say all of a sudden I find out, like today, I found out I needed a sympathy card. So I can take any card that I've made and turn it into a sympathy card. Obviously it has to be appropriate looking. But if I've already put greetings on everything, then it really limits your... So I know a couple of card makers who leave their cards without a greeting unless they specifically need a card or they have an order for one, and then they'll add a greeting later. Okay, we're going to use dimensionals, of course, because this guy needs to be popped up. I think this is like the fastest I've crafted in ages. So when you guys are feeling like you need something in a hurry or you're feeling like you're not very inspired, then by all means, find yourself a sketch. Or even in this case, just find yourself a color. So we don't need any dimensionals on the body, although I kind of want to dimensionalize it off the... So we're going to dimensionalize. Is that a word? I don't think so. We're going to put a small guy up here on his body. And then we're going to put... I could have went with small ones out on the wings. All right. Okay. We are also going to add some Wink of Stella. On our Dragonfly. I kind of want the body darker, so I'm tempted to go over it in my my basic gray marker, but I don't know. I don't want to ruin it. All right, and we need some bling, 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 bling. We're gonna pull out these pearls, the pastel pearls. So we have our Highland Heather, which is, you can see, are the only ones I've used. But we also have the gray, which is lovely because that's what we've done here. So I might actually, so the sketch called for 1 down here and 2 up here. So there we go. That would be the sketch. We've got the color challenge. So we've got the Pear Pizzazz, we've got the So Saffron, we've got the Highland Heather. What do you guys think? So pretty quick to come together. You could do so much with this sketch. You could use ribbon here instead, little bits of ribbon. So I just wanted to showcase the Sweet Sampler because it's probably an overlooked stamp set. It's the host stamp set, actually, though I should mention that, in the mini. So if you were to have a $200 order, you could choose this with your rewards, this Sweet Sampler. I did, I used it as a prize in my bingo. I might actually have one more left. So stay tuned because my birthday is coming up and I like to do giveaways during that. The spring feel. Well, thank you. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me. And I think I'm going to play with this sketch a little bit more. So I think you can expect to see some more cards with maybe this layout. I'd love to see if any of you guys decide to do this, what you make with it. All right. So have a good night. Happy Tuesday. And I hope to be back again this week. It's spring break, so I've got a little bit more time on my hands, but you just never know. All right. Have a good night, guys. Thanks.